Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, March 20th, 2020. It has been a week now since I have been social distancing or self-isolating and been getting a lot of stuff done, but it's been a lot of the same randomness. I have 8,000 I had over 8,000 photos and videos on this phone. One of my goals was to transfer them to my hard drive so I can free up some space. I've got like 64 gigs of space on my phone and it was up to like 59 gigs. So I was like, I need to do something. I need to get these transferred over. So that's what I'm in the process of doing every day. Yeah, yesterday I really didn't do much of anything. Today is going to be a little bit more productive. I'm eating breakfast right now. It's frozen strawberries and bananas that I put in a blender with a spoonful of peanut butter and just a little dash of almond milk, and blend it all up and then put it in the bowl, and then I put some granola and fresh raspberries on top. So yeah, it should be very, very delicious. I'm excited for it. That's what I love about having a place that I can cook or prep food, because I can buy stuff for meals that I'm just like really excited about, and that way it's kind of a motivation to get up in the morning. Like, my number one motivation is usually that I have to pee, and then after that I get excited when I think about, you know, breakfast and stuff, and I get excited about lunch and dinner. It's nice too just to have little things like that throughout the day that I can get excited about. I know you think that I like haven't showered since last week, but I have. This is my favorite sweater. I just live in it. Even when I'm not social distancing, I wear this thing almost every day. All right, I'm gonna eat up my breakfast. Then I'm gonna get on to the photos and videos. Well, I've already done the videos. Videos are done, except for the last few videos from the vlogs that I need to transfer. But yeah, and then I think I'm gonna do a little bit of yard work, and then I'm gonna go down to the park that's near us and climb a tree and read a book for a while and enjoy my artist date. I will see you all in just a bit. Yeah, I just did this meditation session with this app called Synctuition. Right now it's just the free version, but I did it twice back to back for like the first one. The first time I spent imagining certain things that I want in my life and just walking through places and like just really feeling it. The second time I tried to just control my thoughts, and it was interesting the things that came up, but yeah, just my body feels so amazing. Like I contemplated taking about a 20-minute nap just now because I'm like so depleted, but like in a good way. I don't think I'm gonna take a nap, but I think I'm gonna lay here for just like 10 minutes or so and just chill, because whew boy, I felt good. I can't wait to do this at night. That's gonna be really nice to do at night right before I go to sleep. Boy, I can't imagine what kind of nice sleep I'll get after that. But yeah, I want to check out, I know there's plenty of like meditation sessions on YouTube as well. Some people have recommended some to me. I have to go find them. I still have to transfer some photos, which I don't think will take me that long today. And then go out and do some yard work, and then I get to do my artist date. So I'm excited for the rest of the day. Yeah, it should be good times. So due to everything going on with the coronavirus and everything, I think my landlord is a little panicked that she is not going to get her rent, even though I have repeatedly told her that everything is good, at least for the month of April. So we devised a plan where I would do some yard work, like an hour a day. For each hour that I work, she would take $20 off my rent. So I figure I'll probably work like a good 5 days or so and get about $100 off my rent. Yeah, why not? I mean, it benefits me because it's less that I have to ask my parents for an assistance, and if we end up getting these checks, then it'll benefit me as well, because then, you know, I won't have to pay as much. So yeah, it is a beautiful day out here, and I've been stuck inside for the last few days, so it's kind of nice to be outside and just listening to my soca station on Pandora, of course. What else would I use to get my energy levels up? Yeah, after this I'm gonna cook some lunch and then take a walk down to the park. I just had to come on here really quick because I just found myself like, I legit just started crying. I don't know, it was one of my favorite songs playing on Pandora, and it's just so beautiful outside today. And I've been doing all of this emotional work, and I just feel so happy. I don't have any anxiety. I'm not worried about or stressing about having to work so much. I don't have deadlines, I don't have obligations. I don't know, I'm just so happy, and I haven't felt this happy in a very long time. It's quite possible I've never felt this happy. I just wanted to share because I'm usually always crying because I'm sad or angry or frustrated. I think this is the first time ever that I've cried because I'm just so happy. And I'm just so happy in a situation that doesn't involve like feeling like I need to be loved from another person or receiving that love from another person, because that's the only other times that I've ever felt this genuinely happy. But this time is different because this time it doesn't have to do with anybody but me. I wonder how many other people are feeling this way, how many other people are like tuning into themselves and just relaxing and realizing that life is so much more than the shitty jobs that we have and all of the stress that we take on. Alright, I'm gonna go back to being happy again. So one of the things that I have to do for the Artist Way is to go on an artist date. We have to do something by ourselves once a week that would excite our inner artist child. So something that we used to do when we were younger that just brought us so much joy, and it's just a way of reconnecting with that inner child and to eventually get to a point where you can explain that everything is going to be okay, that you've got them, that you know that they are going through so much and they're in a lot of pain and they're experiencing suffering for the, you know, either the first time in their lives or like ongoing suffering. And yeah, just letting them know that your adult self has them. When other people or our parents or our friends abandon us or, you know, treat us like we're disposable or don't like us for certain reasons, our adult self can, you know, just wrap our arms around our inner child. I won't lie, today is the first day that I don't know what day it is. I think it's Sunday. Yeah, it's Sunday. I'm just playing. It's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I haven't vlogged in like 2 days because I've literally been doing the same thing every day. Just get up, have breakfast, start working on transferring some of these photos. I wanted to get this first vlog edited today because that would be a week's worth of content, but I'm just really not in the mood right now. I've just been staring at the screen all day, so I'm taking some time. I just had some food and just gonna do some reading now and eventually go to sleep. I'm not bored yet. I still have at least 10 days left, I think, if things go well. Maybe I can cram it into like 8 or 9, but we'll see, of transferring my photos. And then I have vlogs to edit. I have books to read. So there's still a lot more things on that to-do list that I would like to get caught up with before all this stuff. I don't know. Nobody knows what our new reality is going to look like, but it's just kind of flowing. I don't even remember. Oh no, I went out. When did I go out? Sunday? No, today is Sunday. I went out Friday, I think, to the park. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Oh, this is gonna get fun the next couple of weeks. Hey, good afternoon. It is Monday, March 23rd, 2020. And it is technically my 10th day of self-isolation. Since last Monday, 1 week ago from today, I've only left my yard one time, and that was when I went down to the park a few days ago. For the most part, I've just been sticking in my room and just getting some stuff done, but I think it's starting to hit me because today, like, I couldn't be productive at all. It was just fighting me so hard. I laid down to take like maybe a 30-45 minute nap, and I ended up sleeping for, I think, over 2 hours. And I was like, I don't know if you've ever gotten to that state where you just cannot wake up. It's like your alarm goes off and you hit snooze or you hit end, and it's just like physically impossible. Like your body won't move. And your brain is like, no, we're not done yet. I don't know. I've just been very anxious today. Like my body is kind of jittery, and I think that's one of the things that led to me not really being able to be so productive. I am gonna go out and go to the grocery store because a lot of my food is running out. Yeah, just restock for another week or so. I don't know, for some reason, like my body thinks that, like, I think another reason I was anxious, like my body feels like in 3 or 4 days time, like this is all gonna be over and everything's gonna go, you know, I can go do dog walks again, and I'm just like panicked because I'm not anywhere close to being done with my projects that I want to be done with, and I have to convince myself like, no, this is gonna go on for a while, you know. I think too, all of my bills and everything will be taken care of for April, but going into May, I have no idea what's gonna happen. Update with the stimulus bill is that Democrats and Republicans are fighting back and forth because the Republicans are the ones who drafted the bill for the stimulus package, and they put in the bill things regarding like bailouts to large corporations and banks, and very little repercussions for companies if they receive aid money and then do stock buybacks. Yeah, and then it basically was only giving regular people like $1,000 check. Basically, it just wasn't, it was a bill for the corporations and the billionaires and the wealthy and the elite. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, so they still haven't reached a deal. It's been several days now and they've gone back and forth. The Republicans are trying to lie and tell everybody that the Democrats are holding up their money and all this kind of stuff, and it's just like, it's so ugly. It's so frustrating, and it's so like just mind-blowing that these are the people y'all elected. It's infuriating. I hate the US so much. I wish on so many things that I was not here in this country for this pandemic, that I was somewhere else, because this country is such a piece of shit. But anyways, let me get dressed and head out to the store, and I'll bring you guys along with me, and we'll see what it looks like outside. So I have to say, it's a really weird feeling. Never in my life have I left my house thinking that maybe going outside was a death sentence. I don't want to be paranoid, but this thing spreads fast. I'm pretty sure my immune system and everything is pretty healthy, but I have had some complications in my past, so I'm not sure how they affect everything dealing with this virus. It's weird too to like deliberately go out of my way to like get far away from people, to walk on the street instead of the sidewalk, or to walk in the grass and try to create as much space in between us as possible. Right now I'm at a stage where I'm not paranoid, but I'm also a little bit more stressed than I was before. Just watching our whole government charade is just, it's scary. You know, if this whole thing wasn't scary enough, and then having to watch them just quarrel like children. Boy. Onward to the grocery store. So it wasn't that bad actually. The shelves were empty for things like rice and flour. Oh, tofu. I can't find tofu anywhere. Let me find out. Is non-vegans or vegetarians hoarding tofu? Let me find out. I'm just kidding. It's not that serious. But I've been wanting tofu scramble for breakfast for so long now. The only thing that I was affected by is they didn't have any strawberries or blueberries, except for they did have organic strawberries, but they were like, I think they were like $10 or something like that. Yeah, or even maybe it was $6. I don't know, $6, $10, something like that, but way too expensive for me. So yeah, I skipped on the strawberries and I got oranges instead. Yeah, still make really good smoothie bowls with frozen oranges and bananas. This is so good. I love freezing fruits. I usually either do like bananas and strawberries, or this is the first time I've tried bananas and oranges. So I cut them up, put them in a Ziploc bag, put them in the freezer. I just did this yesterday, so they're already frozen overnight. Break them apart into little chunks, put them in a blender, add some vanilla almond milk or whatever type of milk you would like. I prefer plant-based. I usually add granola because it gives it like a bit of a nutty flavor and some crunch to it. Or you can just put the smoothie right into a cup and drink it if you want. But I like to put the granola on top and then put some fresh sliced fruit, or like sometimes I do blueberries or raspberries or something like that. But I think I had raspberries on there the other day. But yeah, it's just a very healthy breakfast, and It's almost like ice cream. So I can kind of trick my brain into thinking I'm eating ice cream for breakfast when actually I'm getting a lot of healthy nutrients. So yeah, it's a win-win. Alright, so update for today. Oh, it's getting more and more fun as these days progress. So, I woke up to, I guess, either yesterday or the day before, the governor, I think, of Texas, some guy in like of course, an older white man in Texas, in some position of power, had commented that grandparents should be okay with dying for the economy. So there's that. And then we have the former CEO of Goldman Sachs tweeting that within a week or two, for those that are the most likely to survive, should start going back to work. And then we have our President Donald Trump, saying that the same thing, that soon all of this will be passed, and that within about 2 weeks or so, people can start opening their businesses again, people can start going back to work, we can get back to business as usual. These people don't give a shit about our lives. They don't care. They don't care if we live, they don't care if we die. They never did, and now it's more apparent than ever. You know, those of us who've been paying attention have been telling you guys this for a long time. Like a long time. But I think more and more people are starting to really see it too. It's like blatant now. Before it was like kind of subtle. I mean, you could still, if you were paying attention, you could still recognize it. But now it is like there's no coding to it at all. Now it is just literally them letting us know they want us to die. They want us to be put at risk so they can make more money. As if they already didn't have enough. They finally passed the stimulus package, but the text of it has not reached the public yet, so no one is sure like how much money they're going to get. And they've been fighting over this since Sunday? It took them days. It actually, when this first happened, it took them less than a week to give a $1.5 trillion bailout to banks and to other corporations. They did that with a quickness. They both parties agreed on that. Mad quick. And then they stalled, and now it's taken 2 to 3 weeks after this has started for them to even consider what it is that they're going to do for the poorest of this country, because they don't care about us. Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats, maybe they went to battle for, you know, a little bit for us, but not much. They're literally fighting over how many crumbs they're going to give us. The Republicans wanted to give us nothing, pretty much, and the Democrats are like, well, let's throw them a bone or two. And and also, I'm just really kind of finding out about this, is that our government knew that this crisis was happening. They knew about this information, and there have been several people who have been caught doing insider trading. So they had this information, they sold stocks because they knew it was coming, and then a week or two later is when they decided to tell the public. I don't know how long the duration was, but they knew for a while, and they didn't tell us. They didn't warn us about anything, you know. And they did their business on the side, got rid of the stocks because they knew everything was about to drop. The stock market dropped, I think it was 2,999 points within one day. It was his largest drop, I think, in history, either in history or the second largest drop in history. I can't remember. Not only one, is that not safe for people to go back to work, but I'm warning you guys. When the US government tells you that it's safe to go back to work, if Donald Trump tells you it's safe to go back to work in like a week or two, do not listen to him. This is going to take a lot of time, because if people just automatically this quickly go back to work and start interacting with each other again, we're going to be in the same situation as we were before. You know, even just reading some of these articles, people are still calling it the China virus, and it's so fucking racist. Stop. Thankfully, I haven't heard normal people, like regular everyday people, calling it the China virus. Thank goodness. But all of these people, some of these like conservative journalists and conservative, politicians, they're still calling it the China virus. There was literally a photo the other day of Trump's speech, and there was a picture taken from above his shoulder of his speech, and he had crossed out coronavirus and wrote China virus on his speech. As if we didn't already know he was a racist, bigoted asshole. The movie Outbreak that I watched several days ago was released in 1995, so it means they shot it in like 93, 94. You telling me that you didn't have any idea that this could be a possibility? You didn't think to maybe have a plan in place for your country? You're running an entire nation, and you didn't think that maybe you should have this in place in case, some shit went down? Other countries are like, all non-essential businesses have been closed. They automatically started giving their citizens like, about $1,000 a week, or a certain amount of money per week. They've done rent freezes, mortgage freezes. Basically, almost all bills are on a freeze right now. So people can literally stay home, and they don't have to work, and they don't have to worry about anything, And these countries are actually taking care of their citizens, which is what you're supposed to do. And I saw an article the other day, I forget which one it was that I was reading, but it was a quote by Mitch McConnell saying that calling this the greatest country, the greatest nation on earth. Like, mind blown. How in the actual fuck is this the greatest country on earth? It never has been. Never. Not in my lifetime, not before my lifetime, not since its inception. It was literally founded on the genocide of indigenous people. And then you went from there, then you went to the, I'm going to get all of this out of order because I don't really know history all that well, because I went to school here in the United States. The Industrial Revolution, where, they exploited immigrants from all over the place, paid them horribly for, like, the horrible conditions that they had to work in. Most of them couldn't vouch for themselves or couldn't defend themselves because unions weren't a thing, and, they didn't speak English very well, if at all, and then you had slavery. And then from slavery, slavery never ended. Slavery just transformed, You had Jim Crow laws, and then you had redlining, you had segregation, you had, now mass incarceration, which has a loophole that says that if someone is convicted of a crime, that then they can be put to work. So you see all of these people, there's literally, I think the last quote or the last statistic I read was 2.3 million people in prisons, in jails and prisons in the United States. A lot of them are making products for corporations like Victoria's Secret. Like, there's so many corporations, brand names that people use on a regular basis, that they have no idea that a prisoner made those. Or, if it's not a prisoner, then you have, slavery in other countries, India, Bangladesh, Guatemala, Mexico, China. People living and working in horrible conditions, and even like some businesses like lock their employees in, and they have suicide nets. You can Google that. Like, there's suicide nets on the outside of these these buildings. So because people were literally jumping to their deaths because they would rather die than to, you know, be exploited this way. I'm just, not that I'm surprised, you know, but I am like, it is kind of shocking to hear the rhetoric not be, you know, in dog whistles now. Now they're just like coming out and saying it, like all but saying like, I don't care about your life, you know. But that's exactly what they mean by, in a week or two, business will be, you know, we'll go back to business as normal and you guys can all go back to work and everything will be fine. Well, let's, you know, that doesn't, like so many people have lost their jobs already. Like if you have an economy that you're trying to get back up off the ground, these people have nowhere to go. And these people don't have jobs anymore. These businesses have closed permanently, you know? And I don't know. I was just kind of disgusted when I woke up this morning, and I've been reading all of this stuff and talking to several of my friends, and you know, it's just, I felt like last week for the vlog, I just kind of showed what the beginning stages were like, you know, staying inside, doing the same thing every day, you know, going out once a week to go to the grocery store. And this week for the vlogs, I kind of want to go more in depth. And so I didn't really record too much the last few days. If I did, you'll have seen it right before this. But for this week, I want to really like dive in and get to like the root of some of this. And because this is an insane time that we're in. Like my brain didn't even compute that something like this was possible, you know? But now that it's happened, I'm like, that makes sense, you know? Like I'm surprised I didn't think about that. But unfortunately, the left doesn't have a plan for what happens next. So this would be a perfect opportunity if we did to like rush in and be like, all right, you know, hey, like time to implement this plan. I think more and more people are seeing like what is essential and what is not essential. Rich people, like extraordinarily rich people who exploit other people for their riches, not essential. Eat the rich. There's only one thing that they're good for. Eat the rich. More later on or tomorrow once I read some more and I make some more talking points so I don't just ramble on for 18 minutes and 19 seconds now. All right, I'll get back at y'all later. Am I allowed to get back to work? Eno. Are you camera shy? I'm not even going to show you the end result of that guacamole because my avocado was not ripe and it is embarrassing. I had already set everything out, I already got my mouth ready for it, and yeah, as soon as I felt the avocado, I was like, this is not gonna work. But I made the best of it, and I'm still gonna enjoy the hell out of it. Damn, I just remembered I left my chips downstairs. Well, can't eat chips and guacamole without chips, so. Alright, I'm gonna go eat now. First I'm gonna go get my chips, and then I'm gonna go eat.